Bring in Louis O'Connor, the founder and CEO of Strategic Metals. Strategic Metals is a company that sells critical minerals to companies around the world. Louis, welcome. Good to have you with us. I mean, I can't imagine a worse place to be if you have critical inputs like these metals and basically one supplier with whom you are often in very staunch competition.
Yeah, well, exactly. It seems, I think it comes back to, for the last few decades, the world sort of has been a little bit high on the globalization drug and didn't realize it wouldn't be such a good idea to allow one country to have the supply of a critical mineral or other critical minerals that are, critical to all nations' economic prosperity and also increasingly military capabilities.
Are there known alternatives? I mean, the idea that we allowed China to have control of these things is, I mean, partly it's accident that that's where the deposits of these minerals are. Are there other known areas where deposits of gallium or germanium or lithium are that we just have not gone in and mined yet, either in the United States or Canada or South America or wherever?
Yeah, good point. Despite the name rare earths, they're not all that rare. There are deposits in North America, Vietnam, Sweden now as well, because, I mean, Europe and the U.S. has sort of woken up to the fact that they must wean their dependence off China. But the other side to it is that rare earths don't occur naturally. They're always a byproduct of another raw material. So they're sort of, they're very chemically similar, and you'll find them sort of together. And what's expensive and complicated is the extraction, the separation, and the refining. For example, 95% of the rough processing of gallium is in China. There's one producing plant in North America, Mountain Pass in California, but they still have to sell all the raw materials to China for processing. There's no the human capital and engineering expertise that existed in the U.S. in the 80s has been depleted. Just to give you some context, there's about 39 universities in China graduating degrees in critical minerals, so about 200 metallurgists a week, every week for the last 30 years, whereas in the U.S. there's maybe only a handful.
Pippa, when we're looking at these rare earth minerals, and what's so desperately needed, we know that there's already stockpiling going on. Is the supply chain of the existing material already fully satisfied?
Well, I think right now there is, and it is being fully satisfied, and we have demand and supply are kind of at equilibriums. But I think when we see some stockpiling starting to occur, as companies are worried they might not have access to that germanium gallium, we can see some price distortions. And so I guess, Louis, that's a question for you. How are these disruptions and companies' actions by securing these minerals leading to distortions in the prices? And what does that mean longer term for producers in terms of price signals?
Yeah, well, China they announced in early July that they would restrict the export of gallium and germanium. That came into effect just a month ago. It's yet to be seen. I mean, obviously, nations are stockpiling, corporations, everybody needs gallium. It's practically it's in all modern technology. It's got multiple applications. But what we buy directly from China, we sell, globally. We're a global supplier. And what we understand is the producers of gallium, what's changed is they now have to apply for a license to export. And we speculate the reason for that is the Chinese government can have a look at the consignee and decide whether they'll allow that shipment to commence or not.
All right, Louis O'Connor, thank you very much. We appreciate your time. Louis is the CEO of Strategic Metals. We appreciate it.